Looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you can hide it with it in harmony with the love and the wing for the this, the wind slept to the sea for the beat of the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled the breast is this to be the citizen, the wing for the wing for the bee, for the bee, for the wound of the past finger with the tail of the wrong. I should chant that the love to see. Looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you can hide it with it in harmony with the love and the wing for the this, the wind slept to the sea for the beat of the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled the breast is this to be the citizen, the wing for the bee. Looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you can hide it with it in harmony with the love and the wing for the this, the wind slept to the sea for the beat of the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled the breast is this to be the citizen, the wing for the bee, for the bee, for the wound of the past finger with the tail of the wrong. I should chant that for love to see, for the carnival song, for the storm, for the die, for the past no more I shall be, for this to be the land for the withering over the waves of this, no put over the magic of the voice you can see, never for the tip of the risen over the storm of the battle, over the fancy to fly for the warning of course, the liberty, the darkening over the green, for the frightened get birth for the nobody cry, seek that for the finding of rock and you rest, between that for the thread and your friends, the sky for the runners of the wave, this to be the land for the grief, for the oak, the crave. But under the calm for the peace in which you can find it. Who died of their home with the rest of the world, but single hoping for the wings of the weary of the wind, for the stress and no more with the strife. Hope with the hats of the cry for the door, for the mind ears and eyes and the eyes are blind, for the intervening in the space that might fly for the seas of face and face that I fly for the mother love against the corner I grow. Home with like a firebird, for the unto the wedding, for the nest of the spin the song, for the wings of the wind, swept the sea for the grip of the breeze and the unruffled the like a breast, but the still the citizen of the wing when next to me. This is the past spring for the over the tales of the wrongs, and we should find the love of the sweet for the corner, but your song for the over the double the die for the no more shall be I can be free. Liberated for the sea for the sweet home of the ladies of the ring of the night, for this to be the pushing of a but you can find a puzzle with the coming in the night. And that for this be the clothing unfolded, for the old and the folds will always come home unfolded, for the unfolded for the slipper beast, and then be the woman for the looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you looking to find the justice, looking to find the justice. Looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you could hide it with it in harmony with the love and the wing for the this, the wind slept to the sea for the beat of the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled the breast, and this would be the citizen of the wing for the bee, for the bee, for the wound of the past finger with the tail of the wrong. I should chant that for love to see, for the carnival song, for the storm, for the die, for the past no more I shall be, for this to be the land for the withering over the waves of this, no put for the master of the voice you can see, never for the tips of the risen over the storm of the battle, over the fancy to fly for the warning of course, for the liberty, the darkening over the green, for the frightening give birth for the noble you cry, seek that for the finding of rock you rest, between that for the thread and near thread, in the sky for the brightness of the wave, and this will be the land for the grief for the over the crave. But under the calm for the peace in which you could find it. Who died of their home with the rest of the opponent, but single hoping for the wings of the weary of the wind, for the stress and no more with the strife. Hope with the hats of the cry for the door, for the mind ears and eyes are blind, for the intervening in the space that might fly, for the sea the face that I fly for the mother love again for the queen when I grow. And home with like a firebird, for the unto the wedding, for the nest of the spin the song, for the wings of the wind, the swept the sea for the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled like a breast, with the still the citizen of the wing when next to me. This is the past spring for the over the tales of the wrongs, and we should find the love of the sweet for the corner, but your song for the over the no for the die, for the no more shall be I can be free. Liberated for the sea for the sweet home of the ladies of the ring of the night, for this to be the pushing of a weather, but you can find a puzzle with the coming in the night. Looking to find the justice within that, looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you could hide it with it in harmony with the love and the wing for the this, the wind slept to the sea for the beat of the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled the breast, and this would be the citizen of the wing for the bee, for the wound of the past finger with the tail of the wrong. I should chant that for love to see, for the carnival song, for the storm, for the die, for the past no more I shall be, for this to be the land for the withering over the waves of this, no put over the master of the voice you can see, never for the tips of the risen over the storm of the battle, over the fancy to fly for the warning of course, for the liberty, the darkening over the grief, for the frightening give birth for the noble you cry, seek that for the finding of rock you rest, between that for the thread and near thread, in the sky for the brightness of the wave, and this will be the land for the grief for the over the crave. But under the calm for the peace in which you could find it. Who died of their home with the rest of the opponent, but single hoping for the wings of the weary of the wind, for the stress and no more with the strife. Hope with the hats of the cry for the door, for the mind ears and eyes are blind, for the intervening in the space that might fly, for the sea the face that I fly for the mother love again for the queen when I go. Home with like a firebird, for the unto the wedding, for the nest of the spin the song, for the wings of the wind, the swept the sea for the grim, with the breeze and the unruffled the like a breast, for the silver citizen of the wing and else. This is the past spring for the over the tales of the wrongs, and we should find the love of the sweet for the corner of your song, for the only never the die, for the no more I can be free. Liberated for the same for the sweet home of the ladies of the ring of the night, so this is looking to find the justice within that, for the no places you can hide it it with it, harmony with the love and the wing for the this and slept in the sea, the beat of the grim and the breeze and the unruffled the breast of this to be the citizen of the wing for the wing for the passion for the pain of the world. I should chant out the boats for the carnival song, for the storm, for the down, for the passion of war. I should be for the land, for the over the waves of this and over the land of the voice of the sea. Never for the tip of the over the storm of the back, for the fancy, the fly, for the born of the dark, the Friday, the perfect of never be back. Seek that for the Friday, the rock, the rest. Now for the flight, the sky for the minutes, the waves. See the middle of the grave. But under the calm of the peace of the ocean, God of their hunger, that's the morning. The single hope for the wind for the ready, the wind for the sun, and over the sky. Cook with the hats and the cry for the door. The mighty ears and eyes, and the eyes shine. It's the intervening in space. Life flies from the sleepy things that I've thrown. The men of the home of the firebirds, and to the wedding for the message of the song for the peace of the wind. What the sleep of the wind of the beach, and roughly let the rest of the city see the wind and us. This is the past pain to the other, the level of the one for the beach. Find us lovely sweet for the one of the song for the only the level of the back, with no much in I can be. Liberated for the scenes for the street home, the ladies of the thing. The night for this to be the pushing of everybody, but these to find the fucking of the coming in the night. Now for this be the cloaking out photos of the old and the photos that always come home unphotoed for the unphotoed for the separate pieces. Beautiful for the earth for the leaves, the best of the best for the earth.
Matters are the most important. Matters are the most important place. Matters are the most important place. Matters are the most important place. I can throw my hands. I can shake my feet. I can wiggle my emotions away. I have that peace. In a winning and a vine is celebration. We have the patience to anchor ourselves to the horses of the sun. We are learning. Stone and bloodfish for the distant clenched death, for the willingness seal to the west. It wasn't always this way. This is where the heart more better joy to the wayside. Where's your home when you close your eyes? That's the most important. That's the most important. That's the most important. My emotions Winning and a winning and a blind celebration. We have to anchor ourselves to the horses of the sun. We are stone and bloodfish with the distant clenched down for the willingness seal to the west. Always it is where the heart more better joy the wayside. Where's your home when you close your eyes? You will find yourself in the most beautiful place of the night for the hospital. Smile if you can go back inside. Blow for the vine and find the sea. Slime for the jump for the 100 pack. Jack my heart to the speed of the Virginia. I will jump back for the butcher reach in. For the just be the only the will I can cause you down. For the answer for the cause I do. Like I laugh back for the poem, for the thing, for the song, for the just to be the summer, for the I can shine to find the ship and pass in the night. For the relationship to never find a passion. Why? Shortest to see where the ship and undreaded for the just to be tossed to get to find the thither and even hear the rhythm over the boat. Only you can find the voices still to find the temperatures of a song. One of course, this be the darkening of a line and bound and threading the sky, but the rain is the way for this to be the call grief for the owner, the crave for the owner, the calm that peace in which is definitely the find and rings and they sing a little hope. Wings weary and the wind for the stretch, no more for the owner, the find the swoop and the cope, and this be the ends of the mind for the distance, the blind enough at the intervening in space. I fly forward for this be the face to face, to this be the search for the only the gloom and I grow, but this be the firebird for the unattended waiting at a Vanessa spring that wings. Love for the wind, the set to seek the owner, the grim, the owner, the storm. That is the most important place. 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 Feel my I can look at my emotions. And a winning and a blindness. Celebration we have to anchor ourselves to the voices. We are bloodfish with the discipline and stuff, the willing to seal to the west. More better joy, where's your home? Find yourself place now you go back to glow for divine and find it and find the jump that money tap back on heart with the speeding when we're jigging out. Jump back to the speaking what I can call it that. So this is even the shit I'm ready to toss it to find it over the border to find it to find it one of the courses running the sky but the rain the way that it's the cover for the wings weary and the for the stretch and for the only difference with coconut is really good in my I'm like for the face so for the only when I go to the fiber for the way love for the wind step to see that's the most important. I can wiggle my emotions away. I have that in the inning and the winning and the grinding celebration, we have the patience to anchor ourselves to the horses in the sun. We are a learning place. The stone and bloodfish with the listen to clinch that for the willing to seal to the west. Always this way. It is where their heart more better joy to the wayside. Where's your home when you close your eyes? You will find yourself in the most place of the hospital. The smile of flipping and get back to behind. Glow for the vine and find the sea and the fine for the jump and the money to pack back my heart with the speeding when we're jigging out. Jump back to the bridge well I can call you that for so this is whether ship of find a fiddle when you the photo music about the voices still to find a time to look at song. One of the course this is the garden and running the sky but the rain the way but there's a recovery for the on the piece of what you got to find a way to consider the hope. It's weary and it's judgment of the time to find this work. Hope this can be in the mind I fly forward for the face of this research for the moon back over the fiber for the undertaker waiting at a Vanessa spring that wings. Above for the wind, the scepter, see the owner, the wind, the owner, the strong. I got us to the most important place. I can feel my hands. I can shake my feet. I can wiggle my emotions away. I have that peace. In the inning and the winning and the grind, the celebration, we have the patience to anchor ourselves to the horses in the sun. We are stone and bloodfish with the destiny clenched after the willing to seal to the west. It was always this way. It is where the heart more better joy to the wayside. Where's your home when you close your eyes? You find yourself in the most place of the night. Smile and flipping your back. Glow for the vine and find the sea. Find the jump of the honey back the heart. This is when the rich out. Jump back to the rich this is what I can call you that for the so this is the ship of ready for the toss to find the photo and find the voices to find the song. One of the courses in the garden ready in the sky but the rain is the way the music is called green for the only thing the comment and sing what you definitely to find a link and sing it over hope. Wings weary and the wind for the stretch, no more for the only the final swoop. Hoping that this really isn't the mind for the isn't the blind enough for the intervening in space. I fly forward for this to be the face to face. This search for the only gloom that I grow for this to be the fiber for the undertibber waiting at a Vanessa spring that wings. Above for the wind, the stuff to see the only thing we're I got us to the most important place. I'll find life and a love, you never escape me, never be loving. Well, I do. You are who you are. My love intertwined for me. Even I know the life is the fault for the life I feel. It seems too much like a fake thing. Got front of the best in our shells. Enough of the feeling, the purpose of it. Keep that nerves straight. Dry one's eyes locked in the fall from the bath of the energy. Chase takes up to one side of it all. To find the farthest down. Deep in the dust of the dark, but the stream of the hope drops to the ground. That's the name of the falling in love with the straight to the self-smart and I can shake now. Restore that body of kinship. My heart for I wanna wear. Where I feel today feels simpson. I love in the life and the hold in my hand. I can only decorate for this the heart for nothing to fear for this to find her again and I shall have find time herself but this is the trouble behind the little curtain. Find and develop that dramatic monologue symbols to disregard that's what's important for this will be the influence of what you're searching me. Place inside of my category. Hold it inside of the catalog. I wonder what you felt today for this I hold your hand. It's the universe inside of the poem that you couldn't even reckon. This was tantalized by many times to the thread for the little spiders for the throat and knockings across the path of the rhymes, for the catch and letting go, for the holding in the left, for the yellow, for the pen up, for the running across the sea, for the branching of the bush, for the left, left and that's the yana, for the leaf, for this really trying to move the floating in the world, so find the small one, only the monsters, flying beetles of the this really green world. Find that last one for the grass and the slope, and the trace of the holding factor, and the scale, and the sun, the face, for the sun, for the past, and the joy, everlasting for the west, for the earth, for the goes, for the season, for the season, life here for the sex, for the opportunity, for the form. Find the negative forms of the clouds, and the negative energy of the host, for the heaven looks for those clouds. Say to you, God, that we're saying the soul, for the perfect life, and to the heaven above. How did everyone control for the love and not the love? And how would you have it all the all? All the you speak so much, no more than your mind. And stay more than free, but doesn't for the life, and never to hold it more. Such a long life. Only I could die for the world. Sleep with the eyes of the second heart. Beating in the euro for the drink my fill. Euro for the soul springs in your part of my part. And life and this will be the good and the ill for the enough for the healing towards it. Your touch with the close and this thing happen. The kiss in your cheek for the warmth. So plucking in the rose and the love it more. For the tongue and never speak for the good in me. Goes. So this will be already so far for the enough for the negative. I'm not still go for the purpose of the abyss over the prime whenever the lights in the wind blow. Fix that but no friendly star. This is what the same shit about to learn. This is about for the thread now for the offer the gift for the ultra but I discern for the infinite passion of the active pain for the over infinite heart that I can yearn. You can play the part and you can beat the rap. If I stretch my heart open wild and I'll find a life and a love you never escape me, never be loved. Who will I be? You are who you are. My love intertwined for me. We find I know the other the person, but the life is the fault for the last I feel. It seems too much like a fate for the indeed that I find the best and I shall succeed enough of the feeling the purpose here. To keep that nerves astray. Dry one's eyes locked and fall for the baffling again and again. And the chase takes up for one's life at all. For the what it defined the farthest of the bound. For the deep in the dust of the dark, but the sooner the hope drops to the ground. That's the name of the falling in love with the straight to the self's mark and I can shape me ever. Remove and renown. Restore that body of chemistry. My heart for I wanna wear. Where I feel today feels Simpson. I love in the life and the hold in my hand. I can only decorate for this the heart for the nothing to fear for this to find her again and I shall find time herself for this is the trouble behind the little curtain. To find and development through that dramatic monologue symbols to disregard that's what's important for this to be the influence of what's a such a major. Place inside of my category you. Hold it inside of that catalog. I wonder what you felt today for since I hold your hand. It was the universe inside of the poem that you couldn't even recognize. This was tantalized by many times to the thread for the little spiders for the throat and knockings across the path for the rhymes for the catch the letting go for the holding in the left for the yellow for the fennel for the running across the sea for the branching of the what you find left for the that the yana for the weave for the disability turning for the floating love for the find the small for the owner that monsters and the fine beetles of the disability green growth. Find that last meal for the grassy of the slope with the traces that hold it fast to the campaign. Endless like a fleece for the silence for the passion and joy and peace. Everlasting for the washing of the air for the rooms go so go sense for the season. Life here for the such with the length of the hours with the miracles to play the form we play and such a prime with negative forms of the flowers and then you can let it for the nature of her way for the heaven looks for those towers. I say until you dove let that unchain of the soul from earthless lie there to the heaven above. How is it that I want to control for the love and the not to love and how would you have to hear all the call all to me for just be so much for no more for the years of mine for the slave nor be free for the dust of photo life for the never the core for the womb. Sense of womb must be womb for the eye could die for the will. See with the eyes of the set the heart.
Beating into your for the drink my fill. Your for the soul springs and your part of my part. And life for this to be the good and the ill for the enough for the gearing towards. And your touch of the close and the stand half of the kiss of your cheek for the warm soul. Plucking in the rose and loving more. For the tongue can never speak for the good of me. He goes. And this would be the already so far for the enough for the minute. For the I myself go for the tempers of the best over the winter goodbye. Whenever the lights in the wind blow. Fix that but no friendly star. This is what I seem to the about to learn. This is about for the thread now for the offer the gift for the ultra. But I discern for the infinite passion of the act of the pain. For the over infinite heart that I can yearn. You can play the part and you can beat the rap. If I stretch my heart open wild and I'll find life and a love you never escape me, never be loved, but who will I be? You are who you are, my love intertwined for the grief and I know to do for the other to pursue, but the life is a fault for the last I fear. It seems too much like a fate for the indeed that I find the best and I shall succeed enough of the feeling the purpose here. To keep that nurse's string. Dry one's eyes laugh and fall for the baffling of the again, and the chase takes up for one's life at all, for the what to define the farthest of the bound, for the deeper the dust of the dark, for the sooner the hope drops to the ground. That's the name of the falling in love, for the straight to the self's mark, and I can shape me ever. We move and we now restore that body of chemistry. My heart for I wonder where I feel today, felt since, and I love in the life in the hold of my hand. I can only decorate for this, the heart for the nothing to fear, for this to find her again, and I shall terrify time herself, for this is the trouble behind the little curtain. Find the development through that dramatic monologue, symbols to disregard that's what's important, for this to be the influence of what's such a major. Place inside of my category, you hold it inside of that catalog. I wonder what you felt today, for since I hold your hand. It was the universe inside of the poem that you couldn't even recognize. This was tantalized by many times to the thread for the little spiders for the throw the markings across the path for the rhymes for the catch the letting go for the holding in the left for the yellow for the fennel for the running across the sea for the branching of the what you find left for the dot the yonder for the beat for the disability turning for the floating rug water find the small for the ordered up milestones and the fine beetles for the disability green core. Find that last meal for the grassy of the slope with the trace of the hold it fast of the campaign. Endless like a fleece for the silence for the passion and joy and peace. Everlasting for the washing of the air for the rooms, ghosts, those things for the season. Life here for the such for the length of the hours for the miracles to play the form and play and such a primal negative forms of the flowers and the letting for the nature for the her way for the heaven mixed for those towers. Say